Check, 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 check. Hello. Welcome everybody to our video. Man on my right is Mr. Christian Savage.
Hey.
My name is Steven, and we're gonna do a quick conversational video. We're talking about new trending music. And as you may or may not know, both of us are DJs, as well as musical artists. So we know a lot about what's hot and what's not most of the time.
Finger is on the pulse, for sure.
So we're going to give a quick banter back and forth and talk about some stuff that is starting to become trending, stuff that is trending right now, and then things that were trending throughout 2017. So
let's get started.
Yeah, let's get started.
The first trend I'll bring up, because this is something we talk about often, is kind of the basically Lil Skies, Lil Xan, anyone with a little in front of their name. So here's the thing with that. I think it's definitely perpetuating a really bad culture for teens. Because
I agree.
Teens are definitely the kids who are listening to hip-hop nowadays. And I shouldn't say kid, I'm only 21. Don't get me wrong, some of these guys, I mean, I research all of them because I feel like if you're going to talk about something, you should know about it. And I mean, a lot of these guys are actually really cool in person. I watch them in interviews, and I watch them, just on their Instagram lives. One of my favorite, people right now in the hip-hop community is XXX. Like, he just put out a vlog where he literally went to a foster home and just donated and just talked to the kids. And the first thing he always says on every interview is, what is your dream? How can you accomplish that?
And that's really different because I may not completely understand XXX as an artist, but I can appreciate the fact that he's actually trying to do good with his talents instead of just kind of capitalizing off of what the new style of music is. So I have respect for him in that sense. He's trying to break the mold a little bit, or at least use the system to do some good.
Agreed.
Which, that's pretty cool.
And that's the thing. If their personality is there, that's awesome. But the thing is, your personality is not also the only thing that people know about. It's your music. That's what people get to know of you. And X will always say that his music is for his supporters, it's for his family, it's for you to go crazy. And I understand that because, of course, I went to a J. Cole concert and, he played all the hits and you want to go crazy and you're just trying to bump it and you're just trying to go. I understand that. But at the same time, you can't have dudes out here like Lil Xan and Lil Skies and 6ix9ine, like this Gummo dude, just saying all these things because the kids are now going to want to do it. Like the Tide Pod Challenge.
Perfect example.
Right? If people didn't want to do the Tide Pod Challenge, or people didn't do it that these kids look up to, then
it wouldn't be trending. No. It wouldn't be a thing in the first place. I totally agree. That actually kind of goes into the topic that I wanted to talk about, which was peer pressure in the music industry.
Oh, that's really big.
This is two-sided. So we're going to start with one, the actual artists in the industry. So you may notice, I know I've noticed, Christian's noticed, that all the popular songs right now, whether they're a hip-hop rap song or not, they always have a feature. Always.
Yeah, that's very
That
true.
is the new staple. That's the kind of format that, the music industry has kind of built up to maximize their success. With that being a thing now, any artist who isn't a rapper or isn't a big pop star that has those connections automatically feels pressured to compromise their music in order for it to be popular and be heard. One of the greatest examples of that right now is the new Cardi B Bruno Mars collab. Bruno Mars did an amazing job with 24 Karat Magic. That whole album was phenomenal. I don't care if you don't agree. But
amazing.
The Finesse remix comes out in a living color style, like paying homage to great old pop culture icons. Cardi B shows up out of nowhere and gets to come on the track to feature herself, shaking her booty, talking about her booty, talking about money. Whereas the entire feel, the entire sound, the reason why I liked Finesse in the first place has now been tarnished.
I hate it.
Christian's upset.
I'm so mad. Okay. I'm so upset about this track. So, if a lot of you don't know, and I'm sure some of you don't know because you're just seeing us for the first time, and that's fine, whatever.
It's
but
okay.
We're
going to get to know each other.
We will. Trust me, you gonna fall in love. But But I'm a huge fan of K-pop. I am. Like, I love it. I think those guys are so those women and men are so dedicated to that craft. And
it's insane.
It's crazy. I told him about it, and he was like, I can't even imagine.
No.
So the biggest group right now over there is BTS, as a lot of people know, Bangtan. And so I was listening to the Steve Aoki remix of Mic Drop, which was amazing. They did great. They killed it. I mean, that chorus is banging. But Designer hopped on it. And he literally rapped Apple Jacks. And I sat there, rewound it 3 times, was like, bro, this man just used Apple Jacks. Who said this is fire? Listen, this is the thing I'm more upset about. Cardi B, I don't mind you hop on the track. You want to do it for views, you want to do it for clicks, you want to try
to get why you did it. I get it.
But I've seen some of her earlier stuff. The girl can rap. Like, honestly, she has bars.
She has talent. Right. She actually does have talent.
There's legitimate talent there.
I agree.
But I think she's riding this Bodak Yellow, I'm a stripper, no limit. I love her because I love her for her. Like, I really do. No, I really like Cardi B. Like, Cardi B as Cardi B. Like, I was watching her when Bodak Yellow first came out, and she was talking to DC Young Fly over on MTV Awards, and they were just going and just having fun.
They're having fun. Right. Yeah. They're being themselves, very genuine.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm down with that for Cardi, but for this song, it just didn't work. And that's what made me upset, is that all these rappers are coming in as features, right? And that's fine. I understand, because you might have to say, like, Designer might really like K-pop, but you can't come into this and approach it the same way you would a rap, like a street thug rap song.
Agreed.
It's not that.
Agreed.
Like, you can't come in and be like, "Wrist on my neck, rollies on my wrist," and be so...
It's being insensitive to the actual genre that you're in.
It
so,
really is.
Going back to my example, Bruno Mars's album has a very James Brown, old school 80s funk feel to it.
Edition, like,
if you haven't heard old, like, James Brown, Commodores, Temptations... Go listen to that music and then listen to Bruno Mars, because you'll understand what I'm talking about. But that was the whole feel of the album. Like, if you took Uptown Funk as a song and turned it into an entire album, that's what 24 Karat Magic was.
Really, that's a good example. Yeah.
Now you take one of my favorite songs from the album, and you just, like Christian said, you just flip it on its head in order to accommodate for a feature, to get the views, to get the trending topic, and to make it a bigger song. So obviously, you know, the people who are pushing these songs and marketing it, they don't care about the integrity of the music. They just care about the money and the views.
I mean, and here's the thing. I was looking at what a lot of people said, and a lot of people, what they said was, oh, well, she brought the views to the song. You know, she got her job done. Right. But I was looking at it, and if we look at 24 Karat Magic, and That's What I Like has 1.1 billion views on YouTube right now. Billion. So it's already surpassed the million mark. So here's my thing. Bruno Mars can hold views on his own.
He did the halftime Super Bowl show with Beyonce.
Right. Like, who... I don't know who's out there not saying that Bruno Mars is definitely, like, on the, like, Justin Timberlake, Beyonce level.
He's up there.
Like, I don't know about talent. Like, that's subjective as hell.
No,
but of fame,
as far as fame, he is definitely up there.
He can carry a song and carry the, like, if it was just Bruno Mars in that video with that 90s feel, Living in Color, Jamie Foxx, Martin type feel,
it would have done just fine.
But I don't go back to Finesse video because I hate it so much.
Okay, last topic that I want to talk about.
Okay.
This one's going to hit home for Christian.
Oh, no.
SoundCloud artists and underground artists. People that don't have record labels, people that are grinding on YouTube or grinding on SoundCloud or just putting their stuff out how they can. The influx of those people has become ridiculous.
Yeah.
I mean, we both have music on SoundCloud.
Yeah.
We'll leave the links in description below if you want to go check it out. Yeah. But the amount of music and the amount of crazy artists that you find is insane. And I think the biggest problem with this being, you know, such an open-ended platform, like anyone can post anything on YouTube or SoundCloud or any of the other places, that hurts all the people that are actually genuinely trying to make music. Because as we talked about earlier, there's little everyone now. And everyone's trying to get a record deal and everyone's trying to trend. But the people that actually are trying to put in music and put in work to make it a sustaining career are kind of getting looked over because there's just so much to choose from now.
And I think SoundCloud tried to mitigate that by doing the SoundCloud Pro thing.
Right. Separating the amateur artists, the people that are just doing it for free, who want to post whatever they want, cool. Right. But if you're serious about it, here, get this upgrade, pay the monthly subscription, and then you can get a little bit more experience. Yeah, you get a little more exposure. Your songs take priority over the others.
And I think that's definitely how they try to mitigate that, like I said. But like, the problem with this is that the artists who are actually working and actually trying to make this as a career, they are going to have a longer period of time to come up, which is really depressing, but like that's always how it's been, unfortunately.
Unless you just get discovered by, you know, Usher or Jamie Foxx, anyone.
Shout outs to Biebs, bro.
Shout out to Biebs.
But no, unless you get really, I mean, that's what a lot of people in the industry say, though. Like, you go into interviews and a lot of people will say, hey, there are far more talented people than me. I was just lucky. So I think it's definitely a thing of chance, but also I think it's, there's definitely guys on SoundCloud there for the plays. They're there to just, you know, Gucci gang, Gucci gang, Gucci gang. Like, they're there for the simple, they're not there for the lyricism, they're not there for the music, they're there for the entertainment. I just watched an interview with this guy called Famous Dex. He's in this whole, you know, roll-up of SoundCloud artists and everything. And he said it perfectly. He said, I'm an entertainer. Yeah. He said, I entertain these guys on my level. We all entertain. If you want music, go listen to J. Cole, go listen to Jay-Z, go listen to Kendrick, because that's music.
Right.
The problem is, nowadays, is that these newer generations, the I generation, I think they call them, because they call us millennials, so I think it's the I generation. Those kids, they only care about the Gucci gang. They only care. And that could change as you grow, because I know that people always say, you listen to dumb songs.
Music is always changing.
Right.
Like, the music that was prominent when we were just kids is now, like, in the museums.
Right.
Like, they're considered the greats, the people that innovated music, but it's not listened to on a regular basis, and it's not trending on YouTube or anything.
They have their followings.
They have their followings. Don't get me wrong. Like, Eminem and Jay are still around from the 90s and 2000s, but it's very, very few artists that make that long-term jump through generations. So right now, we're, like Christian's saying, we have the you know, Gucci gangs and the Cardi B's and everyone else who is making this hype party feel-good music and not really focusing on the lyricism and the actual musicality of it.
But I will say, this is going to be my final closing point. I will say to any people trying to go for music, it's not going to be done swiftly. You know, it's going to happen, and it's going to take a long time to get there, and you just need to realize that you're not going to be that guy. You're not going to be Cardi B.
Not everyone gets famous instantaneously. Some people put in the work and they reap the benefits. Some people just coast throughout their whole life. I know people that, you know, have a regular job, a regular house, but they're getting to make music. They're getting to do the things that they want to do, and it's nothing above that. They're not flashy about it.
You don't need the gold chains. You don't need all that. If you like music,
there's a lot of in-betweens.
Yeah,
a lot of in-betweens.
That's a whole other thing. Yeah. So that's all the time I think we have for today.
That's it. Please subscribe to the channel.
Click like notification,
likes and ups, all that good
stuff.
Likes,
get a million likes, man.
Don't smash anything. just comment if you want to comment.
Just comment.
But thank you for listening. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you all next time.